Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Welcome to the live lesson. The name of this one is Live Wisely Among Those Who Are Not Believers. Now, there's a bunch of videos going up on these individuals that bow that, or bow, or however you say it, call themselves believers of the way. Well, we're not associated with bow. And they pretty much been burning the American flag, or they burned the American flag. And pretty much, although, yes, it is a constitutional right that you do have, like I believe it might have been the elder Manatazakba that mentioned that. Why would you do that in these times? Here it is. They never did that before. They've been around for a while. Now, all of a sudden, 2025 is here, and they decide to burn an American flag after all the shit that you see going on out there with these different individuals, running people over, blowing up, cars in front of, the Trump Towers and all of that. Why would you even do that? Given, making it, in this time. It's not very wise. So either two things. Either you're just that dumb, you're just that, spiritually inept, look that word up, or you're an agent. You've been approached. Either or. And I typed in agent provocateur meaning. It says an agent provocateur is a person who commits or entices others to commit wrongdoing with the aim of ruining their reputation or inciting legal actions against them. They may secretly disrupt the group's activities from within, encouraging illegal acts to discredit the group or expose them to prosecution. Now, that's not an illegal act, what they were doing, burning the American flag. But it's like, why would you want to be associated with something like that, especially in these times? And like the elder pastor said, you could have been doing videos. You could have took all that time that you planned to go to the spot, get the, you had to buy the flag. I don't know how much it costs, have to drive out there to that spot, wherever you were at, and do all of that. You could have been out there, edifying the people, even though your doctrine goes off. And one thing they do teach is that we are Israelites, but it is what it is. So I'm going to start off with this scripture in Colossians 4, right, and 5. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. Now, I like how it's written in the NLT, and this is what I call the name of the lesson. Live wisely among those who are not believers, and make the most of every opportunity, because the point of us being here is what? To do the will of the Lord. What is the will of the Lord? Is the will of the Lord to burn flags, to march, to do all this other extracurricular stuff? Or is our job to just teach the word, edify, build, use every moment that you can while the Spirit is hitting you to edify, instead of trying to do all this other excess stuff, which is not necessary. What did you accomplish by that? Of course, it's simple to say, oh my God, this is great. Yeah, because you're simple and you watch videos just for entertainment. And that video will get all kind of views because of the content of it. But now let a brother do a video on the Hebrew, or going into history, or going into the history of the scriptures, back in Samuel's or Kings or something like that. Or the a video on the Assyrians or the Babylonians or whatever the case may be. That video won't get that many views. Why? Because it's not controversial. It's not entertaining. And anything that has Jake to think, they don't want to touch it. So the NIV says, "Be wise in the way you act towards outsiders. Make the most of every opportunity." Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're here to edify, to teach, to preach, to prophesy, not to, put gimmicks out there. If the people don't like your content, or you figure that you have to do stuff in order to to gather more people to your platform, that means the spirit is not with you. What did Yahushua say? If I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. Not with gimmicks, but with the word. It says, let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how you ought to answer every man. Now, what did that do? That didn't do shit. What edification came out of that video? Oh, well, according to the Constitution, you could actually do that. Yeah, and, like the scripture the elder pastor, quoted, all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. When you look up that word expedient, it means to push forward. X out, ped foot, push forward. Anything to help push forward the doctrine, to help build, the elect through this knowledge. Not gimmicks. That's not going to get it. So another precept that came to mind, I was just writing some precepts down and going through the blue letter and pulling out some other precepts. But this precept came to mind. I'm sorry, not Matthew. In the book of Luke, chapter 20. I'm going to just go straight to the point. You can read further up. This is a debate that Yahushua was having with them wicked Pharisees and Sadducees. But Luke 20:25, he says, and he said unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which be Caesar's, and unto the Most High the things which be the Most High's. Why? Because at the end of the day, we're not here to be no revolutionaries or, rabble rousers or any of that stuff. We're not here to be zealots. We're here to teach the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We are prophets. The scriptures didn't say you rabble rousers rejoice over her, or you zealots rejoice over her, or anything else like that rejoice over her. It says you prophets and apostles rejoice over her. When the Lord takes vengeance on us by taking this devil out, or take vengeance for us, should I say, by taking this devil out. All right. So render unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto the Most High the things which are the Most High. We were called to this truth to do what? To teach. And if you're in this ministry, there is no doubt about it that you've been called. Now, whether or not we are chosen, we don't know that. That's why the Apostle Peter, the Apostle Paul, and many others said, to give diligence, to make your calling election sure. So we know we've been called into this. Many are called, few are chosen. So that means you're going to have a lot that come into this thing. So how do you know if you're already elected or not? Well, we don't. But what we do is take the time that the Lord and the talent that the Lord gave us and spend it wisely in this truth, in edification, not in all that other extracurricular BS. Where the hell you get the time to do shit like that? Time is precious, dog. All right, let's go from there. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. I thought about this scripture. This is the first scripture that popped up in my mind when I heard the elder Manat video, and he actually went to it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first scripture he went to, but this is the scripture that came to mind. And this is what started me to, find a couple of precepts here and there to kind of go with the lesson. 2 Corinthians 6:1. We then, as workers together with him, see, we're workers, not provocateurs, not, we weren't called here to march and the cadence and all that stuff. That's frivolous. That's superfluous. Beseech you, or we beg you also, that you receive not the grace of the Most High in vain, right? Because we've been called into this grace. So if we've been called into this grace, that means we've been given a chance at redemption. Go on, honey, take a chance. Inside joke. We've been given a chance at redemption. So don't waste your time or your chance on menial stuff, BS, stuff of this world. Let those people out there in the world do that. We got no business doing what the world does. Love not the world, neither the things of the world. They want to do all that stuff. Let them do that. Because by you doing that simple little task, that can bring, unnecessary, scrutiny to the ministry. And as it's going to say, you don't want to blame the ministry for anything because they're looking for anything to stop this truth. So why would you do something as stupid as that? It says, for he saith, I have heard thee in the time accepted. In the day of salvation have I succored thee or helped thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Giving no offense in anything. See? Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. So by you doing that and associating yourself with the Israelites, that's gonna, that radical, type of actions that you took, although yes, it is constitutional, but it's gonna, not edify the body, but try to bring a stain to this truth. And they're already looking for anything, to demonize us. Don't you know they can mute your voice or have you, say something else, and then, having the flag burning and here it is, they might dub something over your voice and have you saying something different than what you're saying. And you can't say, well, that wasn't us. We're there. We were there. You were actually there. You guys don't think, and this is what happens when you come into this thing and you think you know it all. That's what happens to novices, being lifted up with pride, falling to the condemnation of the devil, because you want to go out and do your own thing because you don't want to be under the orders, but you want the fame and the glitz and the glamour, and you want the ability to be called a teacher or whatever, and to break the scriptures down, but you don't want to come up under the order of things. And that's why you guys are some of you guys are waxing worse and worse. Some of you guys are drifting away because you're not anchored in place. That's why when Yahushua comes back, he's like, look, I don't know you. I don't know who the hell you are. He's going to tell a lot of you guys that he don't know who you are. Now, let's go. Matter of fact, but in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of the Most High, not bringing blame to the ministry, not giving offenses, but approving ourselves as the ministers of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, in much patience and afflictions and necessities and distress, so on and so forth. Now, let's go from there. 1 Thessalonians, this is another one. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 22. It says, abstain from all appearance of evil. See, abstain from all appearance of evil. You don't need that. That's not needed. When you guys learned that you were Israelites, you didn't see any of the Israelite groups doing stuff like that. Now, years ago, Bishop Nathaniel burned, he had some of them IUIC members burn a picture of Caesar Borgia. That was stupid. You didn't have to do that. Because by doing that, you're making it seem like you have to go above and beyond the call of duty to prove your faith. So is it that you're questioning your faith? Is it that you don't really believe it? So you're just doing that, to cement, okay, yeah, I do believe in this because I burnt the picture of Caesar Borgia. What is it? Gimmicks are not needed for the truth. Abstain from all appearance of evil. So you guys didn't learn that here. You didn't learn about that. Stick to the script. Stick to the script. Stick to the script. Let's go from there to Romans chapter 12 and verse 17. It says, recompense to no man evil for evil, provide things honest in the sight of all men. All right, provide things honest in the sight of all men. All you got to do is teach the word, man. What's up, man? You guys are restless. You're tired. You're tired of teaching the word, so you got to find other things that keep your attention, keep you focused. There's so much to teach about. There's so many prophecies popping off. We're not even a week into January and all kind of stuff is going on. That's the best you guys got? Burning a goddamn flag? For what? Let's see. NLT, never pay back evil for more evil. Do things in such a way that everyone can see you are honorable. Let's see. Do not NIV. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do that what is right in the eyes of everyone. Right. Abstain from all appearance of evil. No, not doing those things, because those things are associated with T to the errorists. When you have these different news outlets that are filming these nations that are mad at America, they're saying D to America. They burning flags, they burning the images and effigies of different presidents and stuff like that. That's what they do. Then they can use that and say, well, see, these guys are the same thing, but this is that homegrown T to the errorists. So either you guys are just that spiritually inept, or you took a bag. Because it might be bag season. Esau might be handing out them bags, man. Whitey is a trip. Brothers went down with guns, they came back with jobs. Inside joke. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 8. It's got a couple of precepts. And 20. It says, avoiding this, that no man should blame us in this abundance which is administered by us, providing for honest things, not only in the sight of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, but also in the sight of men. See, that's what we're supposed to do. Be of good report. Matter of fact, now if they say something, if they say something bad about us, because we're doing good, then let that turn to our favor, But if you are doing things that are right and you being chastised for it, then happy are ye, for the Spirit of the Lord rests upon you. Let me see. Where is that scripture at? This is a good one, but let me see here. Okay, I'll get those two, because I think that one might be on the list. Yep, that was actually the next scripture, so I'm gonna hold on to that. Beautiful. I'll just read these three here. 2 Corinthians 6 and 8. By honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true. Philippians 4 and 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. This is what you need to be doing. 1 Timothy 3:7. Moreover, he must be must have a good report of them which are without what? Without this knowledge. Because we're supposed to be examples. Not examples of stupidity, examples of what the world will call radicals. Lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil, right? And a lot of you are novices and you've fallen into those snares. So going back to 2 Corinthians 8:21, providing for honest things, not only in the sight of the Lord, but also in the sight of men. Be careful how you walk. Hey, the name of the lesson, live wisely among those who are not believers. And that goes with Colossians 4 in the NLT, 4 and 5. Let's go from there to 1 Peter. And this is what happens when you leave a child to himself. A child left to himself becomes willful. These guys they just barely, got of the age of, to be a so-called man in this society, because you become a man at the age of 12 or the age of puberty. But in this society, when you get into your 20s, early 20s, you start coming into your manhood, into more understanding, more responsibilities. These guys barely got there. Now they want to take the helm. 1 Peter 2, and 13. Submit yourself to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king as supreme, or unto governors as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers. Right. Like I said, Apostle Tahar said it, and other brothers, it is lawful to burn the flag, but why would you want to do that, especially in these times, seeing what's going on with these individuals that's doing all this shit, and then being blamed as radical this and radical that. And for the praise of them that do well, for so is the will of the Most High, that with well doing you may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. Right. Not by stupid actions, that although you could do it, for what was the purpose of it? Now if you do suffer for righteousness sake, that's glory. That's going to be put into your spiritual bank account as free, and not using your liberty as a cloak of maliciousness, but as a servants of the Most High. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear the Most High, honor the king. Right. You don't need to do all of that stuff. Bring in unnecessary attention to yourself. You want to bring attention to yourself? Teach the word. If it comes in that fashion, beautiful. You're in the right spirit. Outside of that, it's frivolous. It's superfluous. Let's go from there. This is an example. What Yahushua said was an example, to those wicked Pharisees in them. Render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's. This is an example of the Apostle Paul. Just bear with me. This thing is kind of going a little slow. Okay, so I'll just go to another one. Here we go. Acts 24 and 10. It says, then Paul, after that the governor had beckoned unto him to speak, answered, for as much as I know that thou hast been of many years a judge unto this nation, I do the more cheerfully answer for myself, because that thou mayest understand that there are yet but 12 days since I went up to Jerusalem for to worship. And they neither found me in the temple disputing with any man, neither raising up the people, neither in the synagogue nor in the city. Because with that action, you could be raising up certain, jakes out there that's into that revolutionary mindset to do something stupid. His name is not Christ. That's not his name. Man, yeah, the water. Step off. You're not wanted here. Neither can they prove the thing whereof they now accuse me. Right. Abstain from all appearance of evil. Live honestly among the Gentiles, which is talking about the Israelite foreigners, but among all men. Carry yourself in a certain way. Have a dignity about you. We're royalty. We represent, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We're ministers of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Carry yourself as such. You didn't see Yahushai back then. When Peter said, "Lord, they want us to pay. They want us to pay taxes." Yahushai didn't take a coin and kick the coin and say, "Yo, fuck their tribute." No. He performed with wisdom, as some of you should, but you don't follow what the scriptures say. You follow your own heart. You only use the scriptures for your benefit. But this I confess unto thee, and this, whoever it fits, it fits. But this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call heresy, so worship I the Most High of my fathers. And that's why he was suffering persecution. But notice how he's approaching, this individual. I believe this was Festus, if I'm not mistaken. He's not, being belligerent. He's just explaining it. He called, what was it? Was it Agrippa or one of them, most noble Festus or most noble Agrippa or something like that? Says, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets, and have hope toward the Most High, which they themselves also allow, that there shall be a resurrection of the dead, both of the just and unjust. And herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense towards the Most High and towards men. See? So, walk circumspectly, man. But it's too late. It's already they already got it. It's already on camera. And don't be surprised if they take that footage and dub something else over what they're saying and have them saying some bugged out shit and then say, oh, see, all of the Israelites are just like these guys. We got them. That the ministry may not be blamed. Acts 26:24, and as he thus spake for himself, Festus said with a loud voice, Paul, thou art beside thyself. Much learning doth make thee mad. The Apostle Paul didn't get, offended, He said, I am not mad, most noble Festus, see? But speak forth the words of truth and soberness. He didn't say, you know what? Give me that golden eagle. I'm going to burn this in front of you, sucker, just to show you how radical I can get. He didn't say that. Tell you, boy, a child left to himself. That the scriptures are so true, man. The scriptures never lie, never disappoint. Matthew chapter 17. I got two more precepts and then we'll close out. Matthew 17 and 24. It says, and when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, doth not your master pay tribute? He said, yes. And when he was come into the house, Yahushua prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Or of their own children or of strangers? Peter said unto him, of strangers. Yahushua said unto him, then are the children free. Notwithstanding, at least we should offend them. See? Least we should offend them. Go thou to the sea and cast an hook. This scripture should have came to your mind when you thought about burning that flag. Especially in these times. Come on, dude. I mean, are you a teacher or are you a radical or you just don't know or you're in between or did you take that bag? It's a better question. Notwithstanding, at least we should offend. Go thou to the sea and cast an hook and take up the fish that first cometh up, and when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money. Take that and give unto them for me and thee. See, offense in nothing, that the ministry be not blamed. Let the ministry be blamed, for false witness or for lies. Let it not be blamed because of your actions that are not sound, that are not with wisdom, that are not wise, because you want to, it's not enough for you to just teach the word. Maybe you're getting bored, I don't know. Or maybe you took a bag. Romans 13:4. I'm not saying they did, I'm just saying. For he is a minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, dealing with Esau, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is administered the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Now, that's not doing evil, right? That burning of the flag is not unconstitutional. It is constitutional. But what does that have to do with the truth? What does that have to do with this truth? There's nowhere in the law or in the prophets or in the history where it says, and thus shalt thou burn the flag of thine enemies. It speaks about, burning the idols of the nations, breaking them down, all of that, but we're not in that time right now. And when that was going down, that was during the time of Canaan. When Jake was, taking those lands and kicking them heathens out, which they were supposed to wipe them out, and break down their altars and their images and burn it, so that Jake wouldn't be compelled to worship them things. Right now, you ain't supposed to be doing no dumb shit like that, especially 2025. Come on, man. But that's what happens when you have no leadership. You're a young man, self-willed, you want to do your own thing, you make rash decisions that's going to affect not only yourself but others. That the ministry be not blamed. Wherefore you must needs be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience sake. For this cause pay ye tribute also, for they are the Most High's ministers, attending continually upon this very thing. Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor. And that's that. And go and teach the word. That is your job. Not all that other extracurricular stuff. It's crazy, man. But it is what it is. Guys gonna do whatever the hell they want to do anyway. And that's the reason why they didn't want to, come up under the banner of anyone. And if they did come up under the banner, eventually they left because they got restless. And the scriptures speak about that. Novices lifted up with pride, fall into the condemnation of the devil. Nevertheless, it is what it is. Live wisely among those who are not believers. So with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time I say, Shalom.